Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna discuss about the timeline of unmanned aerial vehicles from back 1900s. Unmanned aerial vehicles or drone, either way means the same. What is a drone? As we all know, drone is something that which fly in the air, That's it, right? A drone, but in drone, in technological terms, is an unmanned aircraft. Essentially, a drone is a flying robot that can be remotely controlled or fly autonomously through software-controlled flight plans in their embedded systems, working in conjunction with onboard sensors and GPS. In simple words, drone is a collective term for different types of drones, and since it works without man on board. Therefore, it is called as an unmanned aircraft vehicle or UAV, and it has got some great firmware along with the hardware which controls the drone in the flight. As every robot, drone has also got sensors and GPS for working more efficient. We're going to talk about the sensors and GPS in future videos. In this video, I'm going to show you the timeline of the drone from back 1900s. As we all know, innovation of aircraft was done by Wright brothers in back 1900s. Even the first drone was innovated by Brickwood brothers in 1907. It was called as Gyroplane number 1, weighing around 577 kgs, though it was not that great in model as it could fly only a few feet high. These drones or UAVs are basically controlled by radio controllers which varies range from one to another. And moving ahead, we come to the major significant development which was done in 1915. World War I saw the first real introduction of aircraft into the military service through things like balloons and kites had been used for decades before. These are basically aerial torpedoes, small biplanes like the Catering bug that would essentially work as kamikaze drones, but the war ended before they could be used. And moving ahead, coming to 1920, the kind of quadcopters were the first vertical takeoff and landing vehicles. The first useful was Oyminson number 2, invented in 1920 by Itani Oyminson. For this quadcopter, the first successful flight taken place in the year of 1921. What Oyminson number 2 managed back in 1920 was really stunning. He managed to make more than 1,000 flights and could hover in the air for a few minutes, which at the time was bordering on the impossible because mechanics was very complex and underdeveloped as a science. And moving ahead, coming to the 1939, the first military drones. The system continued to develop throughout the war. In 1939, in the early stages of the World War II, the United States produced the first remote-controlled aircraft called the radio plane OQ-2. Moving ahead, coming to 1956, the quadcopter, so-called as quadrotor. The unique quadrotor was the prototype for a larger civil quadrotor helicopters during the war. The first flight took place in March 1956. This quadrotor flown successfully many times in the mid-1950s. Moving ahead, coming to 1986. In 1986, a joint US Irasile project produced the RQ-2 Pioneer, a medium-sized reconnaissance drone. The Pioneer drone was the upgraded version of Trident Mastiff and was used in the US Navy. Moving ahead, coming to 1994, I'm sorry. The Ultimate Automix MQ-1 Predator is a unique American remotely aircraft on January 3rd of 1994. And the Pentagon signed the contract with the General Atomics. They make a deal to make it bigger, sturdier, quieter, or more dynamic drones. One pilot and 2 sensor operators, though a full team complement consists of 55 personnel. The Predator is controlled by a top-mounted camera, giving pilots a complete view of what is front and below them and getting a real-time information. In terms of performance, the MQ-1 can reach up to 25,000 feet with a range of 454 miles at speeds of 135 miles per hour. Wingspan for the unmanned craft measures in at nearly 49 feet, and entire system unload weight of Ultimate Automix MQ-1 Predator is a unique American remotely aircraft on January 3rd of 1994, and the Pentagon signed the contract with the General Atomics. They make a deal to make it bigger, sturdier, quieter, or more dynamic drones. One pilot and two sensor operators, though a full team complement consists of 55 personnel. The Predator is controlled by a top-mounted camera, giving pilots a complete view of what is front and below them and getting a real-time information. In terms of performance, the MQ-1 can reach off up to 25,000 feet with a range of 454 miles at speeds of 135 miles per hour. Wingspan for the unmanned craft measures in at nearly 49 feet, and entire system unload weight of. Now I'll try to talk a little about the 21st century drones. For sure, there was a lot of drift in the drone usage from military. As of now, we are using it in the e-commerce business for delivering products, and also it has got a great popularity nowadays, as Amazon is fighting hard to make it available all around the world. And there is also many startups working on commercial usage of drone as they are environmentally friendly. Coming down, next, the major development is developing drones autonomous, which helps commercial businesses and aerial photography. I'll try to discuss about autonomous stuff in one more special video. We all know drones are vastly used in the surveillance sector by federal aerial photography or drone photography is quite popular, which is delivering an awesome footage for every event. As hobbyists are growing, the drone business is becoming more profitable, giving users an overwhelming experience. Thank you guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like the video, give a like, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys.